Did you know that honey never spoils? Or that bananas are technically berries, but strawberries aren't? Food isn't just fuel. It's full of surprises, secrets, and downright strange facts you've probably never heard before. In this video, we're diving into some of the weirdest, most mind-blowing food facts that will change the way you look at your kitchen forever. And yes, every fact in this video has been verified by nutritionists and food scientists. So, grab a snack, you're going to need it, and stick around, because what you're about to learn might just blow your taste buds' minds. Fact 1. Honey never spoils, and here's why that's so incredible. That jar of honey in your cupboard could outlive you, and still be safe to eat. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs over 3,000 years old that remain perfectly edible today. The secret lies in honey's unique chemistry. It's extremely low in water content and highly acidic pH, creating an environment where bacteria and mold cannot grow. Bees add an enzyme called glucose oxidase to nectar, which produces small amounts of hydrogen peroxide, nature's own antiseptic, further inhibiting any microbial activity. Over time, honey may crystallize, turning cloudy or grainy. This is merely sugar separation, not spoilage. Gently warming the jar in a hot water bath will reliquefy it without harming its beneficial enzymes or flavor. Practical tip. Use crystallized honey as a natural exfoliant. Mix it with a little olive oil for a DIY skin scrub. And remember, raw honey also contains trace vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that may support immune health. And now, from sweet to salty, let's explore something far less pure: McDonald's fries. Fact 2. McDonald's fries have over 15 ingredients. At first glance, they look like nothing more than potatoes fried in oil, but McDonald's fries are a carefully engineered food product. Behind the scenes, the ingredient list includes dextrose, to promote even browning, sodium acid pyrophosphate, to maintain color, natural beef flavor, for that signature taste, and dimethylpolysiloxane, an anti-foaming agent also found in silly putty, to keep the frying oil stable. Potatoes are first par-fried, frozen, shipped, and then fried again in restaurants, all to ensure consistent texture and flavor in every market worldwide. The natural beef flavor contains hydrolyzed wheat and milk derivatives, which is why strict vegans avoid these fries. Fact 3. Cheese isn't naturally yellow. Most cheeses start out white or ivory. The classic orange hue of cheddar and Colby comes from annatto, a natural coloring derived from the seeds of the achiote tree. In 17th century England, cheesemakers began adding annatto to mimic the rich color of milk from well-fed cows, an indicator of quality that allowed them to charge premium prices. Annatto has no real impact on flavor, but it stuck as a tradition and marketing tool. Other cheeses, like red Leicester, use paprika or carrot juice for coloring. Meanwhile, cheeses made from goats or sheep remain their natural pale shade, so if you see goat cheese with an orange tint, you know dye has been added. And that brings us to one of the strangest cheeses on earth. Fact 4. Casu marzu, the illegal maggot cheese. Hailing from Sardinia, casu marzu is sheep milk cheese fermented by the digestive action of live maggots, fly larvae. The larvae break down the cheese's fats, creating an exceptionally soft texture and a strong, pungent flavor prized by locals. Due to health concerns, mainly the risk of larval ingestion and bacterial contamination, the European Union has banned its production and sale. Yet an underground trade persists. Aficionados claim the cheese must contain live larvae to be authentic, and removing them renders it dead and flavorless. Now let's move from cheese full of life to fruits full of lies. Fact 5. Bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. In botanical terms, a berry is a fruit produced from a single ovary with seeds embedded in the flesh. Bananas fit this definition perfectly. They develop from one flower with multiple ovaries and contain tiny seeds, those little black specks. Strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries, however, are aggregate fruits, each a parent seed on their surface is actually one of many separate fruits, called an achene, each containing its own seed. Meanwhile, surprising botanical berries include eggplants, kiwis, and even bananas. Now let's go from fruit facts to financial history. Fact 6. Chocolate was once currency. Ancient Mesoamerican civilizations, most notably the Maya and Aztecs, valued cacao beans so highly they used them as money. A turkey cost about 100 beans, a rabbit, 10 to 12 beans. Cacao was central to rituals, consumed as a bitter spiced drink reserved for elites and warriors. When the Spanish brought cacao to Europe, sugar and milk were added to suit local tastes, transforming it into the sweet treat we know today. But those humble beans once functioned as both food and legal tender, a dual role unheard of in most societies. Fact 7. The most expensive food in the world is Alma's caviar. When it comes to luxury dining, few things scream exclusivity like Alma's caviar. Sourced from rare albino beluga sturgeons that are over 100 years old and found only in the Caspian Sea, this caviar isn't just expensive, it's outrageous. A single kilogram can cost upwards of $34,000, and that's not just because of the rarity of the fish. The eggs are light-colored, almost white, and considered the most delicate and refined variety of all caviars. They're so prized that they're sold in 24-karat gold tins, more as status symbols than simple snacks. The word, almas, means diamond in Persian, and it lives up to the name. The albino beluga sturgeon itself is a near mythical animal. Its light pigmentation is due to a genetic mutation, and it matures very slowly, taking decades before it can even produce eggs. This long wait, combined with ethical sourcing challenges and geopolitical tensions in the region, makes Alma's caviar not just a delicacy, but a legend. For most people, it's a luxury beyond reach. For others, it's the ultimate bucket list bite, if you can stomach the price tag. Now let's go from rich food to riot food. Here comes fact 8. Bread was once so valuable, it caused riots. In 18th century France, bread was the staple of every meal. When poor wheat harvests and government taxation drove up prices, starving Parisians revolted, events that helped spark the French Revolution in 1789. Bread shortages symbolized broader social injustices, turning a simple loaf into a political lightning rod. The famous, though likely apocryphal, quote, "Let them eat cake," underscores the disconnect between the monarchy and commoners. In reality, pain, French for bread, was central to daily survival. When that was threatened, society itself shook. Fact 9. Ketchup was once sold as medicine. In the 1830s, Dr. John Cook Bennett promoted tomato ketchup as a cure for indigestion, diarrhea, and jaundice. He even marketed it in pill form. This early, functional food craze didn't last. Scientists soon debunked the medicinal claims, but it did help ketchup become America's favorite condiment. Modern ketchup is mostly tomato concentrate, vinegar, sugar, and spices. While not a health tonic, it does supply lycopene, an antioxidant linked to heart health, though you'd have to eat unrealistic quantities to see benefits. From cure-all to condiment, it's quite the transformation. Fact 10. Coffee was once banned, multiple times. Coffee's energizing effect worried religious and political authorities. In the 1500s Ottoman Empire, some imams banned it as an intoxicant. In 17th century Europe, it was dubbed the bitter invention of Satan, until Pope Clement VIII famously blessed it. Today, coffee is the world's second most traded commodity after oil. Moderate consumption, 3 to 4 cups daily, has been linked to reduced risks of Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and certain cancers, but too much can disrupt sleep and raise anxiety. And if you think that's strange, wait until you hear what people drank to survive. Fact 11. Wine was safer than water. In ancient civilizations in medieval Europe, wine wasn't a luxury, it was a public health tool. Water sources were often polluted with sewage, animal waste, and disease-causing bacteria. Drinking straight from rivers or wells could be fatal. Fermented beverages like wine and beer became the safer alternative. The alcohol content helped kill off harmful microbes, making them a much more reliable source of hydration. Even children drank diluted wine with meals to avoid the dangers of untreated water. In ancient Rome, wine was even mixed with herbs and spices for added medicinal benefit. And during the Black Plague, people drank wine not just for health, but in the desperate hope that it could ward off illness. Today, water is cleaner and safer than ever. But back then? Wine was the lifeline. Now let's pop open a final can of curiosity. This brings us to fact 12. Canned food was invented before the can opener. The tin can was patented in 1810 as a way to preserve food for Napoleon's armies. But the first can opener didn't arrive until 1855, so for 45 years people used chisels, hammers, and bayonets to access the contents. Canning revolutionized food storage, enabling year-round access to fruits, vegetables, and meats. Today's safety standards and BPA-free linings make canned goods a reliable pantry staple. Just remember to rinse away excess sodium. So, there you have it, 12 weird, wild, and totally surprising food facts that prove your pantry is stranger than you think. Which one blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments. Was it the maggot cheese, the banana berry twist, or ketchup as medicine? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more food facts, nutrition insights, and shocking health discoveries you never saw coming. Thanks for watching, and remember, every bite has a backstory.